That's our little free promotion. Just going to keep going. Well, I think we've had enough. All right.
Alrighty.
Thanks for that. I don't know how to get out of this now.
This is a learning
This is a learning
podcast. Yeah,
experience.
a learning
Yes.
experience. That's right.
And what if I just do? Oh, there we go. All right. All right. Good job. Thank you. We had a little technical difficulty, so I was playing with the media, and Isaac, who is I asked him to reboot because it's his machine went to a loop,
Yeah,
and it was kind of fun. So David and I were here dancing a little bit, but
that's right. Hmm.
yeah. So, but today we're going to talk about WordPress and performance, and let's get started with David. Do you want to kind of tell us a bit about what you're doing in WordPress, and then we're going to kind of dive into what the performance. And Isaac made it, and he doesn't have his loop. Well, let's see what happens when he unmutes and see if he has a loop. Oh, look at that!
Hey there,
It's
everybody.
working.
Hey, it's working.
Great.
New improved.
Thank you.
New and improved.
Yeah.
Thank
and,
you.
Yeah, I'm so excited I can have. Okay, we're going to go into this transition now with David. There we go. Now we're going to talk about the performance in WordPress, and I feel like I can just be like, what? Stop. Okay, I'm going to be like Scotty O, who runs the Always Off Brand podcast, and he has so many great sound effects, and really, he's going to be so jealous of our new live stream here. We'll
Okay.
probably have to go 5 minutes over because of all the things that I get to doing, but David, let's talk about the importance of performance in WordPress, and let's be completely transparent. You helped Content Cucumber on their new WordPress site without any coding. So tell us a
That's
little
right.
bit about that.
Yeah. Well, you know, like everything now, even I think now it's more important than ever. Speed was always important, but now it seems to be way more important. I think at some point, I think I was said in one of the previous sessions that used to be like content was king on SEO. Now with agentic, I think a content and a speed are king. If one is king, the other one is queen. They are super important, both of them. But yeah, many times specifically with WordPress, there is a lot of stuff that you can do without having to code, without being a developer, right? I am a developer, but for Content Cucumber specifically, I just went in there, learned their theme. They are using a theme. Can we plug the theme or no? A theme. Let's just say a theme. And once that I knew what that theme could do, I was able to configure the theme to behave a little bit different, and that brought the performance up. Now, also what I did is that I look at the images that Content Cucumber was using, and some of the images were not like the next generation format, like WebP. So what I did is that I use a tool, free online tool that maybe I'm not sure if we can plug in things or not. So I won't. Oh, I can't hear Brent now. So I'm gonna keep talking. So we won't plug in anything.
Go plug anything. Do any plugs you want. Tell any brands. We don't have any restrictions here.
Okay. Well, I'm using a tool. It's Convertio.io or Convertio.com. I can't remember now. I would have it for the next one. But that's what it does. Is simply you convert images from JPEG, GIF, whatever into a next generation format like WebP. Well, I wouldn't say next generation, new gen format. And also with so that with those two things, the configuring the theme and the images, that really brought up a lot of gave a lot of performance to the website. Then I look a little bit deeper, and Content Cucumber was using Google Fonts. Again, simply by telling the theme, hey, from now on, I don't want you to go to the internet and get the Google fonts, Google Fonts. I don't want you to go and get it every time. Just get it once and serve it locally. That also helped the initial load of the website, so it helped to bring performance up. The last thing that I did is that, especially for mobile and e-commerce website, there is some a cumulative layout shift, which is a technical term for just saying your website jump when it loads, right? And that is really important, specifically if you are mobile and you are purchasing something, right? Imagine that you want to purchase a widget that costs $2, and before you say buy, that thing jumps, and all of a sudden you are buying a product that costs $100. It's a big difference, right? And Google doesn't like that. It really takes a lot of your performance score on that. So I did a couple images resizing and putting specifically the height of the image when it loads, and that prevented that from happening, right? That's a little bit of code. It's not code, but I had to go on the page and add some of those values to the components.
But you did all that in admin. You didn't actually modify the theme or anything. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't have access to Content Cucumber at all. Right?
Yeah, we won't give it to you either.
Good. And also what I did too, sometimes we concentrate a lot in performance, but there are other things that now are going to become more important, like accessibility. Is that how you say it?
WCAG is the WCAG or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's super important. I agree. Yeah. Keep going.
So what I did is just try to look at the images and make sure that they have an alternate text. So again, no programming there. It's just a matter of just, if you have a WordPress theme, know your WordPress theme and just configure it. Don't change it, configure it. Configuration is totally different than customization, right? Customization involves code. Configuration is just use their options.
Yeah. So let's kind of wrap this out. One thing you're working on is just doing free demos or just free evaluations for people's WordPress sites, and we're giving them a score, right? So giving them a nice PDF on how well it performs. Talk about just the time it takes for them to get it to you, and then you to return the report. And
exactly, it's just it's
fast,
very
right?
straightforward. It's fast. It's very straightforward. Like Brent is saying, at this point I'm not charging anything. It doesn't cost really, just time, right?
Right. So, yeah. And I guess the point is that we're giving them a roadmap to, if they want to fix it themselves, that's great, or we could fix it for them.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. So Isaac, I think David has talked a little bit about the technical side and what we can accomplish without a developer. And why don't you tell us what we can accomplish without a developer, and with, on the writing side, what a client can accomplish themselves, or if they need help, what we can accomplish for them.
Yeah. Well, as David said, speed is queen and content is king, or the other way around. Really, both are very important, but the other side of the equation is content. Blogs are still relevant and important. They provide great training material to LLMs, which will help you show up there on the AEO side of things. And they also provide great info to Google and to other search engines, as they've always done, which is just a chance for you to get different explanations, different question and answers out to your customers and out to the world in a way that relevant audiences can discover them when they're searching for things. So blogs are great, but also building out the content on your various service pages, or if you have an e-commerce integration, also obviously every product page. You're going to want to have a good, thorough explanation of the product and of common questions, both for customer experience and for discoverability, because again, everything you write there is going to go to train LLMs, and it's going to be crawled by Google and help people find you when they're searching for you. And really just having all this content also helps your credibility, which ties into one quick anecdote I also wanted to share about this whole WordPress speed campaign we're running that I thought was funny and also a good business lesson. So we launched this email campaign and told a whole bunch of people that we were going to offer them these WordPress audits by David that we were talking about. But we didn't consider our order of operations carefully enough, and we hadn't completed the improvements on our own. Basically, anyone who got this email could quickly cite anyone who had our own. And, obviously that campaign didn't perform quite as good as it could have. And I think that underscores the importance of credibility. And that's also another big reason to have content on your site, so that people who want to learn about you and see that you're an expert in your field can, have something to browse around other than just maybe your homepage and your service pages.
And there's a couple of central aspects to the LLMs finding you. There's citations, there's QA pairs, there's structured data, FAQ stuff. Talk about some of those core things that everybody needs, right?
Right. So everything that you put on your site will ultimately be crawled, and I think everything sooner or later makes its way into the data sets. These AI companies are pretty good at gathering and using data, but when it comes to getting cited, some of the best types of content that you can create are question and answer pairs, because they provide a very clear and concise problem and solution in a way that LLMs really love when they're trying to answer real-time questions on the fly by searching the web. So you could have a blog post exploring some of these topics that your customers might ask you about in depth, but it's also a good idea to have a concise Q&A somewhere on your website in a very focused way.
Yeah, so explain citations really quick, because I think a lot of people don't quite understand citations.
Yeah, so a citation is kind of like a backlink, except it's a backlink that's generated in real time by an LLM. So if someone asks, for example, where do I hire a content writer, LLM like ChatGPT might give them some answers, and it might also give them some hyperlinks. Maybe this will explain how that process typically work, or they'll link to pricing, or it's going to be the intent that's getting places. In that example, you're one of the company cited. And the same thing could apply maybe to more technical data, to statistics, etc. LLMs try to show their work and link people to the places where they're drawing their information from. And that's what you want, because if you're cited, then you have a good chance of traffic coming to your site from the LLM.
That's awesome. All right, so we have a few minutes left. I think this will be our last episode before the holidays, so maybe our next one. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll have one right before New Year's, I think, right? I feel like we need to do one joke in this episode, and right as it sounds like they're going to start some leaf blowers here, so we should get this out of the way quickly. So here we go. Here's my joke, and you guys each have to give a rating 8 through 13. Why was the snowman digging through the basket of carrots? Because he was picking his nose. Yeah.
10.
I'll give it a 13. I think it's seasonal, and I like the 8 to 13 system.
10,
Right.
10, 11.
All right.
I gotta say that's pretty good for your jokes, Brent. I gotta say. So.
Yeah, nobody's hearing it. I like the long silence there. That was good. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up for today.
Yeah, it's a sign you told a good joke.
Yeah, thank you. Give us a shameless plug as we close out. Isaac, go.
Yeah, Content Cucumber can help you with the content or with the speed of your WordPress site, or of any site for that matter. And yeah, content is king, speed is queen. Maybe it's the other way around. At any rate, you need to have a fast site. You need to have good content on your site. We can help you with both. So reach out. We can give you a free roadmap, and we can help you execute that plan if you like it.
That's great. And we'll be here in 2 weeks. We invite you to join us. David Arago and Isaac Morey, we are here to help you. Please reach out to each of us. We will make sure we get everything on the show notes in the future. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great holiday.